I mean, at the end of the day, being a good bodybuilder comes down to being disciplined. It comes down to being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it comes down to getting things done when you don't want to get them done. That transfers to anything in life.
At that point of stepping on the national stage, you should know for a fact this is where you belong. You're ready to show your stuff and you're ready to walk away and get your pro card and move on to competing on the pro stage and competing for money, competing for your career in bodybuilding.
The NPC Nationals is the Super Bowl of amateur bodybuilding. It's the best amateur bodybuilding championship in the United States. And so the best of the best turn out for this show to get top honors and to be known as the best amateur bodybuilder in the United States that year. You know, so it's a very important competition. I was at the venue earlier today and walking around. It is the same venue, same stage that I won my class at the NPC Nationals 33 years ago in 1985. You know, and so this show has a strong legacy. It is just amazing to be here to watch Hunter compete on the same stage.
I feel like intensity is the X factor.
Training is extremely important. I'm a very high volume, high intensity guy.
You know, I put on a baggy t-shirt and I go do what I need to do. I don't like to waste a lot of time.
Having the grit and intensity is not something that most people can do. You do it because you love doing it.
I was introduced to the old school gym at 12 years old, straight up hardcore bodybuilding, underground, gritty. There was a boxing ring in there. The dude's dad owned a big warehouse and the gym was actually underground. And that was my very first experience and it hasn't left me.
Come on. I like that. Come on. By definition, to get your muscles to respond to training, you have to overload them. You have to subject muscles to a stress that they are not capable of handling at that time, at that moment in time. And then what happens outside the gym, given enough rest, given the proper nutrition and such, then recovery takes place and the body adapts by putting on additional muscle tissue. It's almost like a mini evolution of sorts, where the body reacts to stress in its environment, by accumulating, by accreting more muscle. And so this, by its very nature, is the definition of that.
And you notice in the video, I like to use cables a lot, and I'll mix it up. I use cables, and dumbbells, and barbells also. But I like to use cables because I like the constant tension on the concentric and eccentric part of the movement. So as I'm squeezing up, I'm getting resistance. As I'm going back down, I'm getting resistance. So it's constant tension the entire time.
This has been about a 4.5-year process for me to get to where I am now. I fell in love with bodybuilding in about 2012, but really got serious in 2014, and really just been working towards moving to that next level ever since.
It's definitely a paradox where, yeah, like you said, to see results, it's going to take 5-10 years, but where the meditation part comes in is to see that manifest. You have to be in the moment. If you're thinking about the 5 or 10 years and you're not in the moment, then you're gonna have anxiety thinking about the future and being discouraged from it not being there now. So you have to be in the moment, that way you can love it and keep that going and make it sustainable.
I genuinely love training. I genuinely love, doing what I do. And I mean, competing's cool, but what I love about bodybuilding is just the day in, day out discipline. I like knowing that I've done something every single day pretty much for the last 7 years that most people can't dream of doing for any length of time. So I take pride in the discipline for sure as well. I like that.
I think one of the payoffs I say is just day-to-day inspiration. You never know who's watching you, whether it be a friend, family member, complete stranger. So you kind of watch how you move and you just want to have an all-out effort. With that being said, you know, you hope to inspire them to not even necessarily compete, but just a way that they can implement it in their day-to-day.
You have to be extremely organized to be a good bodybuilder. You need to plan out when you're eating and when you're training, and you know that's easy, but what the hard part is fitting that in the rest of your life.
Amongst the many things that I love about bodybuilding is the fact that it teaches discipline. It teaches an athlete to become very good at doing the same thing every day for many weeks, months, and years, because that's what it takes to develop a world-class physique. So it takes discipline and determination to get into the gym and to train day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, even when you don't want to. It takes discipline to stick with your diet and a good nutrition plan. So I think that this discipline is something that you can then take into other aspects of your life. And I feel that discipline is the bedrock, the foundation for success in many things in life.
You know, the more you organize yourself, you know, to become this pro bodybuilder, to become, you know, this entity, you know, that no one has became before, you know, to show what you're made of and what you've created over the years, you know, everything is open up to you, you know, and it's just a fact of you focusing and bringing it together and headed down that path that you want to take yourself.
Gratifying is the word that I use, to see the next generation of great bodybuilders appear on this stage, on this NPC National stage. It's extremely gratifying to see my son joining them and finally making it to the national stage after working very hard for many years, and to have a legitimate shot at winning the national championships. So I find it humbling. I find it a lot of pride. I get a lot of pride from seeing what Hunter's doing and to seeing what all the other athletes are doing with him, this new generation of bodybuilders.
It gave me, you know, my lifestyle, my business, my career, now that I'm able to provide for my family.
A feat that I'm, you know, willing to take on. That's something that I take a lot of pride in, and something that I want to keep chasing.
Just chasing a dream.
As long as you continue to progress, you will get to where you want to be. It's just about moving forward.
Knocking on the door, and I'm ready to kick it in, if I'm being honest with you. I'm looking forward to getting it done.